In this video, I'm going to explain why belly breathing is bad for you and what you should do instead. I'll introduce you to yogic breathing and how breathing during exercise and yoga can transform your health as well as the feeling in your body. So, belly breathing has a good intention, the instruction to belly breathe, because we want people to breathe deeper breaths. And sadly, I used to teach this when I first started teaching yoga. Now, quickly, I want to get right into why belly breathing isn't the way you should be breathing. And I can do this by showing you from the side. So, when you cue someone to breathe down into their belly, there's going to be a natural expansion of the abdomen and contraction of the lumbar spine. I'll show you if it's exaggerated. You can see my belly swells, but my lower back contracts. And that's not good. We don't want the lower back contracting and pinching. Instead, we want to breathe diaphragmatically. And what does that mean? Your diaphragm is your breathing muscle. When you use the respiratory diaphragm properly, you breathe down and you should be able to feel the full expansion. Instead of just into the belly, you should feel the full 360-degree expansion out into the sides and the front and back evenly. This is important because when you breathe that way, you're able to allow the lungs to move properly. And over time, as you practice yoga more and more, you'll get more access to this. So it might feel difficult to breathe that way initially. It might feel like the breath doesn't move into the back, into the sides. And this was my experience when I first started to learn diaphragmatic breathing. But over time, as the intercostals get healthier, the muscles in between your ribs, as your core gets healthier and you achieve better mobility, the shoulders get better positioning, neck, etc., that breath comes more easily. So they work together. As your posture improves, you'll get more access into better, deeper breathing. And as you focus on better, deeper breathing, your posture improves. We're going to learn a technique today, this yogic breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. And then we're going to see if we can take that into a breathing exercise, which is called pranayama in yoga, or controlling or redirecting the flow of prana, life force energy. When we breathe normally in the practice, it's fine to just breathe in and out through your nose. But then if you have a separate practice of pranayama, which is this breathing meditation, this can help to give us more insight into our breath when we're practicing so that we aren't forcing things, so that we're allowing energy to flow more evenly throughout our bodies. So to learn this, I'm going to recommend lying down. Lie down onto your back. Bring your hands to your sides here. And first, just let your shoulders relax, let your hips relax, let your neck relax. From a relaxed place, we'll be able to access this more easily. Now that you can feel your body relaxing, visualize the breath moving into the bottom of the lungs and see if you can feel the full 360-degree expansion. Like if I had a elastic belt tied just above your navel, wrapped around, could you breathe into the belt evenly? And then to make it even a bit easier, we'll bring the legs up into a tabletop position. You could also rest your heels on a chair or on your bed. And that should make it even a bit easier to feel the full movement into your imaginary belt or elastic band. And we're taking 5 breaths here, in through the nose and out through the nose.
Diaphragmatic breathing is not only good for your lungs, but it's good for your nervous system. When we breathe shallow breaths, it triggers more of a flight or fight response. And as you take these deeper breaths, it helps to improve your vagal tone, which helps to restore balance to your nervous system. Okay, now set the feet back down, arms at your side. Let your body relax again. The next thing that we're going to do is practice what's called an Ujjayi breath. So primary is the movement of your diaphragm, getting the full 360-degree expansion. Secondary is the noise that we're going to make, which is a slight constriction in the back of your throat so that your breath makes sound. We'll do it by opening up the mouth. So put your hand in front of your mouth, pretend like it's a mirror, and then fog the mirror as you breathe out. That was easy. See if you can do it with your mouth closed. Now see if you can do it when you breathe in. Okay, cool. Let's try 3 of those. But I want you to think, most importantly, that you're getting the movement into your imaginary elastic band around your waist. Here we go. Breathe all the air out. Ujjayi breath into your band. See if you can go 6 seconds in and 6 seconds out. Let go of the breath control after your 3rd round, and just notice how your nerves feel, how your body feels. Notice if you feel more relaxed, calm. Keeping that calm feeling, roll onto your side. We're going to make our way to seated pranayama, seated breathing meditation. Now, because there's a tendency, because of tension, etc., for the body to assume this position when you're seated, I'm going to recommend that most of us sit up on a lift, and some will even need to sit in a chair for this. I'm going to use a blanket, folded blanket. Assume your seat. So once you find a comfortable seat, from this position, my spine is able to be upright. Shoulders can be relaxed. It's mimicking the same position of lotus. So ideally, when you sit for pranayama, seated meditation for breathing, you take your legs into the lotus position, and it presses the thigh bones down so that there's a natural lift of the pelvis, so the spine is more upright. But you can also achieve this with a little lift of a folded blanket or a block. So once you find your seat, whether it's on an actual seat or the lift, sit up tall, shoulders up, back and down. Imagine your back's against the wall. Now gently tip your chin towards your chest without your chest sinking, as if the eyes are looking down into the heart. Imagine that elastic belt is around your waist again, just above your navel. And breathe into the belt evenly. With the Ujjayi breath, 6 seconds in and 6 seconds out. In through the nose. and out. One more minute here. See if you can make the sound nice and smooth. Primary focus is the even expansion into your imaginary belt. Shoulders and neck and face stay relaxed. Secondary focus is the sound, the Ujjayi sound, being as smooth as possible. You can imagine a violinist drawing the bow across the string, trying to make a super smooth sound. Keeping the body and the face relaxed. If 6 seconds keys up the nerves, then just do 4 or 5. On your next exhalation, let go of the breath control. Level the chin with the ground, keeping the eyes closed. Now, as you imagine yourself looking out of the space between your eyebrows, just slightly above where the third eye is, imagine you could take in light through this third eye. And as the light comes in and you look out through the third eye, visualize the source of the light a pointed star. And this star filling the body with light. Letting go of the tension. Feeling your body calm and at ease, filled with light. Bathing in the prana, the life force energy that you help to open yourself up to through this deep breathing practice. Ujjayi breathing and diaphragmatic breathing. And know now that you can take the same idea into your physical practice, attempting to breathe diaphragmatically for all the benefits it brings: posture, energy, better flow. And continue to make this a practice that you do. I recommend doing this breathing practice daily, right before you're asana practice, a minute or two. You can do it just like we started today by lying down and then making your way to seated. This will start to transform your practice. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. If you enjoyed learning about yogic breathing, pranayama, I have a whole course on the conscious movement community, as well as my Transform course that helps you to develop your practice step by step. If you aren't already a member, you can click the link below in the description or in the first comment and get a month free access to see if it's something for you. The most common feedback I get by members of the conscious movement community doing the Transform course is that they found that whether they were practicing 6 months or 6 years, that they're amazed what they're able to do in their practice, the transformation that occurs, how their body opens up, things that they never expected they'd be able to do, they can do, they move off the plateau, and they start to progress by following a plan. So if you'd like to do that, you can click the link, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.